first one? Oh, no, come on! Come on! You're still alive! You're still alive! No! Oh, God!
Come here. Eat.
Get rid of it! No, I got knocked out! Eric coming in like every night. Light him up.
Jack it up.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Shiny! 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 We have to get Merlin. We have to get Merlin. What is it? What is it? What is it? Water orb! I have this! Done. Gabby, go. Oh! Oh my God!
You know what the stakes are for this.
What? I see for the count?
Our marriage.
Microphone, microphone, microphone. Check. Check 2 1 2. What y'all finna to do?
Netflix
Great
is
Claw played
on
dancing
Hogwarts
for 0
Legacy
bits.
2. Bars. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. What up, Claw? Raiders. Shout out to the Raiders over from Mr. Keys. Thanks for popping in. We did, but you ain't. Yes, it did. Cuz looking good. Ooh, looking good. Oh yeah, I was filming a James Bond video, 007 video. Yeah, picking up kiddo from bus stop. So I'll be right back. But hello, what's up, Posh? What's up, Posh? What's up, Pish Posh? Speak Brazil. I'm speaking Brazil. Christian. Miranda, welcome to the stream. Imposter alert. I know this ain't Jay. Dressed up for a special announcement. Nah. I'm dressed up because I was doing a 007 First Light video. That's what that is. I said what I said. Netflix is sus. Oh my gosh. Fit check. What's up, Becky? Yeah, I was filming like 4 shorts for 007 First Light. Yeah, trying to get ahead. I'll be posting every Friday. Netflix, they cancel everything good after 1 season. Y'all coming in hot. Good gracious. I'm already worried for Harry Potter and DC properties. Ooh, who is that? Dirty Black Gamer celebrating 39 months. Patronus Squad. What is good? Thank you for the support. And we also got AJ, member for 37 months, Patronus Squad. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for the support. It's Elijah James had a Zoom interview with Netflix. Could you imagine Netflix interviewing me? Who is that? Hey, what's up? What's up? Bird Triangle. What's good? As someone who's worked on a few Netflix jobs, this doesn't make me confident. No, I'm definitely sus on Netflix. I'm in shock about the acquisition, bro. I mean, should we just get right into it? Should we just get right into it? There's no need for intros. I'm not even gonna hold you guys too long. I just need to talk. That's all I'm asking. I just need to talk. I just need to talk. We're already into it. Mr. Keys, have a good stream, bro. Bouncing out quick. All right, hey, I hope you had a good stream. I think you were playing Stray. I think I saw Cloud Roth and them in there and stuff. I poked my head in while I was editing and stuff. So hope the stream went well. Thanks for the raid, man. I hope you have a good Friday and a good weekend. Always good to connect with you. Shout out to Mr. Keys. So you're wearing shorts with that tux? Sweats. I'm wearing sweats with this tux, actually. I'm wearing sweats with the tux. I stumbled onto you during the trailers and sneak peeks of Hogwarts Legacy. I'm so glad to be a member now. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Cough, cough, Discovery HBO WV went to bed and came out with the cracking call that. Bro, I need your thoughts on this acquisition, James. Burn. I'm worried. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm worried, bro. I'm worried. And it's not so much, it's not just because it's Netflix, it's more so the uncertainty. Currently right now, they are in a what's the word they use? They're basically in negotiations. And they're at a point where nobody else can bid. Netflix was the highest bidder. It's not like solidified completely, but now they're in negotiations, and there's actually a clause, at least in the point where they're at in the delegations and stuff, where if Netflix backs out, they owe WB Discovery $5 billion. So Netflix is already bought in $5 billion right now. And that's before everything has been set in stone and everything. But they're going through the paces, and based off of what everybody's reporting, this seems like a done deal. Now there are outside sources trying to negate this. A lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of the Directors Guild, a lot of people within the industry are reaching out to Congress. We had like Senator Warren say something about this and how they're fearful of it. But overall, this seems like a done deal, but not officially yet. Just based off where they are at with the negotiations, and Netflix being the highest bidder. I believe it was $8.82 billion. I believe was the price for it. If we go over to Twitter, this is what I tweeted. Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers in deal worth $82.7 billion. God. And Netflix is the highest, is the biggest streaming service on the planet right now as well. Behind with others like obviously HBO Max, Disney Plus, and I forgot the other one. It was like an unnamed one, right behind Netflix. Yeah, $82.7 billion. And I talked about this previously before, in a previous Wizarding Wednesday live stream with a B, exactly. I'm wondering about HBO Max or how it's going to be the same. Like Phantom, that's the question, bro. Like, I don't know. To me, ill-equipped, uneducated person in the field of business acquisitions and streaming services, I think it doesn't make sense to have both Netflix and HBO Max. Now, you might have like a category within Netflix that represents HBO. So you automatically know like Game of Thrones, The Wire, Sopranos, like all of those shows, Harry Potter TV show. Maybe you have a category just for HBO stuff, and then you have a category for something else. But it's all Netflix's if they're going to buy it. I do know they have to buy DC. They don't necessarily own DC, which if that's the case, I'm like, do they necessarily own Wizarding World? Because I saw a post talking about how they have to rebuy that as well. Netflix seriously making bank right now with acquiring Warner Bros. Like seriously, they're making so much. Yeah, they're going to be making a lot. I guess they combine it all into Netflix. That's my thought. That's what I'm assuming. WB has been in trouble for ages, lacking direction. Man, this is how I learned of this mega deal. Oh yeah, this is why we stream. So no more HBO Max. I don't know. The Witcher fiasco is a prime example. Sandy, somebody brought that up too about The Witcher. Yeah, HBO Max has agreements with other businesses like AT&T, so that won't go away, at least not immediately. Yeah. Well said, Claw, because HBO Max is coming next year, my birthday, to Germany. And some people said, speaking positively, I think Becky had posted like, hey, this could be beneficial for the TV series, not overall, but just for the TV series, for example, because HBO Max is not like everywhere in the UK, but Netflix is, or at least Netflix has a wider range of countries that use its services, unlike HBO Max. And I know UK was one of those places that HBO Max wasn't like necessarily there. Thus, was our viewer talking about HBO Max coming to Germany and stuff. So if the series, Harry Potter series, is going to be on Netflix, more people will be able to watch it. HBO has a good reputation. Yes, HBO has a huge beneficial, like huge rep, which is why everybody was weirded out when they just called it Max, which is why they had to switch it back and call it HBO Max. HBO has a great reputation, Gerda. How's that going to work? Will they integrate HBO into Netflix like what Disney did with Hulu? I think so. I don't know. Again, I'm uneducated and ill-equipped to give an exact answer. All I could do is speculate at this point outside of the information that is already given to me, because they really haven't gone into specifics in regards to, is HBO Max going away, or is Max, or whatever you want to call it, like, because they're acquiring the movies and the streaming. So like, what's that going to look like? Netflix is already a streaming service. Netflix makes movies. So what is that going to look like? Netflix does all of those things. They just acquired all the properties that WB had. Disney owns a lot too. Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. And Disney still has a Fox section of the studio, right? So you have Disney as the main umbrella, and then you have like everything underneath that umbrella. Fox, Lucasfilm, Marvel, all those things. So that could be the case with WB. You could have Netflix as the main umbrella, and then you have WB, maybe you have HBO Max, whatever they still own in regards to Time Warner, with the cable assets and Discovery and everything. Like maybe you have those sections underneath there alongside DC, Wizarding World, Lord of the Rings, or whatever else WB owns. Disney annihilated Star Wars. I don't disagree, honestly. They had a couple of good ones, but yeah. I'm still hoping it doesn't get approved. And that's still an option. That's still a possibility. There's always the chance the government could block it. Who knows? And Josh, again, this is, like I said earlier, this is not official, but this is at the stage where it's going to be hard for it to not go through. And again, Netflix will owe WB $5 billion if they back out. Now, they might not back out. They might not owe WB $5 billion if the government steps in and is like, Netflix, no, or whatever, because they're worried about, there's word thrown around like monopoly and all these other things and stuff. So does that mean Netflix owns the Nemesis system in game? Bro, and that's what's so scary, because like, Becky, all of you guys are asking great questions, and there's no answers. There's no answers. There's none. We just know Netflix came in and threw down 82, or some people are saying $72 billion. Bring the Nemesis 6 into Hogwarts Legacy. Now, regarding the gaming assets and stuff, WB games that we care about, stuff like Hogwarts Legacy, game developer had posted earlier talking about specifics regarding to that. Reading, Netflix is acquiring WB Discovery, parent company HBO, and Warner Brothers Games in a cash acquisition, $82.7 billion. Let me see, blah, 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 blah. It's a notable move for the entertainment industry that will make Netflix the owner of major film, television franchise, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, White Lotus, Sopranos, and wider DC. Notably, Warner Brothers Discovery spokesperson has confirmed that Warner Brothers Games is included in the transition. So this is the quote a lot of people and a lot of the trades are running with. This came from game developer, I believe, first. So they said, Warner Brothers Discovery has confirmed, or at least a spokesperson for them, has confirmed WB Games is included in the transaction. Now, when discussing the move, Netflix, which has been attempting and generally struggling to make inroads into the video game industry, largely focused on the benefits of purchasing Warner Brothers' vast suite of intellectual properties and television and movie studios, including HBO and HBO Max. And then they go into the quote talking about this acquisition will improve our offering, accelerate our business for decades to come. This is coming from Netflix CEO Greg Peters. Now, this is where we come in. Where is it? Here we go. So WB Games launched included in the deal. For those operating within the game industry, however, there is an elephant in the room. Warner Brothers Games, and indeed any mention of the word games outside of name drops for Squid and Game of Thrones was largely absent from the announcement and SEC filings issued by both companies, because they do have to go through the government, specifically the SEC. Continuing, Warner Brothers Games was briefly mentioned during a conference call held this morning, that's today, when the Mortal Kombat logo was shown on a business overview slide to highlight Warner Brothers' wider game and consumer product exploits. But that blink and you'll miss it moment was largely it. Then, wrong thing. Then, in a brief call with game developer, a Warner Brothers Discovery spokesperson confirmed the recently restructured video game division, which includes studios such as Mortal Kombat creator NetherRealm, Batman Arkham developer Rocksteady, and Lego custodian TT Games, will be joining Netflix. Now, there's no word of Avalanche Software, but we all are pretty sure they're included with this as well, because they're talking about the new restructuring. And we talked about this restructuring before in the past Visiting Wednesday, how there's new leadership now. Avalanche Software and anything Harry Potter games is now going to report to ex-senior VP. Mortal Kombat and all their games under that umbrella will now answer to ex-VP. So it's sort of like their 4 pillars that they're focusing on, especially when it comes to the IPs, because it's not just going to be in the games, it's also going to be in the movies, televisions aspects. And those 4 pillars will be Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Mortal Kombat, DC, and not Game of Thrones. Was it Game of Thrones? I think it was Game of Thrones, Mortal Kombat, DC, and Harry Potter. So those were like the 4 pillars that they will be focusing on IP-wise throughout their entertainment, which is why we got DC and Superman this past summer. It's going on in Supergirl next year. We got the DC TV shows with Peacemaker. We got Green Lanterns coming out next year. So those, you're getting a multifaceted, I guess, execution of IP representations within the company across the entertainment realm. So movies, television, DC. Same with Harry Potter TV show. And lastly, like Hogwarts Legacy and new Hogwarts Legacy games, or at least Harry Potter games coming. We have a lot of collabs coming with Fortnite, which we talked about Wednesday, and of course Monopoly Go. And so they're focusing on their IPs, they being WB Discovery, and now Warner Brothers Discovery, and owned by Netflix, whatever you want to call it. And so with that, I like that they're keeping, according to this, that they're the restructured gaming division is going to stay the same, because that happened after they got rid of David Haddad, who was the previous WB Games president. And I wouldn't say got rid of, because officially he stepped down. I think he got fired, but the official statement is he stepped down. And so I think it's like John Pierre or somebody who is like the CFO or somebody is like overhauling and overseeing everything under the WB Games banner. And so it's uncertainty right now. And a lot of people, we've been talking in Discord on and off, and a lot of people have just been asking and just been worried about Avalanche Software specifically, because as we all know, Avalanche Software, the makers of Hogwarts Legacy, we care about them. I'm friends with a couple of people, and I've been able to at least just connect with these people on and off YouTube in regards to just, interacting with them. And it's been quiet. Officially, it's been quiet. Nobody's been saying anything, and that's not surprising. But other Warner Brothers developers that I know, or people within the influencer programs and people I've worked with in the past, specifically like on LinkedIn and stuff like that, they've shared some just uncertainty, not so much concern. Uncertainty is the big one. Not concern, not fear, not worry, nothing about jobs being in jeopardy or anything like that, at least the people I know. And it's just uncertainty right now. And so, again, it's still in the works, it's still in progress, and is not officially official, but it's official pretty much based on where it's at, unless we get a last minute block, like a LeBron James block during the 2016 finals against Golden State on Andre Iguodala from the government or somebody else. Maybe Avalanche is in the package. I think they are. And don't forget, Netflix would join the game industry for years. Yeah. And Netflix has a games branch. Hey, Naylene, what's good? Seeing what's going on. I'm going to be positive, says Anita. They just opened a Netflix house here in KOP, and it is fun. What's KOP? I'm missing something. Heard Lego. Yes, Lego is going to be, at least TT, who makes Lego games. I don't know if it's Lego. Netflix now needs to let Avalanche cook. We'll see how this plays out, but gotta head out. See you, Josh. Thanks for coming in, bud. I heard the first thing they were going to do was find the actual ending in the surprise. Joel, you're an idiot. Oh my gosh, you're an idiot. But what's crazy is just the pushback from the Hollywood industry and the concern from the gaming industry with this. So, Netflix track record with a lot of stuff. I love the Adam Project. I even enjoyed Red Notice. They put out some good stuff, banger stuff. Obviously, Stranger Things. I don't watch it, but apparently it's like killing it and has been killing it. So Netflix has some good stuff and has shown the ability to put out great content and just acquire content. What I'm more concerned about, honestly, if I'm being honest, is what it's going to do to theaters. There's, where do we find it? There's a quote from the Netflix. There's a quote from the Netflix CEO talking about how they don't want movies to stay in theaters that long. And as a person who is very passionate about movie-going experiences and enjoys shared experiences courtesy of movies, this could be the worst thing to happen, because I've said it before, WB is one of my favorite, I wouldn't say IP companies ever. The fact that I've been able to work with them with my during my short period as a content creator is insane. If you told James when he was like 10 or 12 or even a teenager that, hey, you have a chance to work with WB and everything, like, and sponsored by WB, I wouldn't believe it, because this company has influenced my entertainment just from DC alone, with the Batman, Superman movies, and Batman the Animated Series, and Superman the Animated Series, and of course Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, and all these things, Looney Tunes back in the day with Bugs Bunny and all them, and now moving forward with movies like Lord of the Rings, like Matrix, like even Christopher Nolan stuff, and like everything in between. Like, it has influenced how I view entertainment on a fundamental level. This company has. And to see it during my short period as a content creator be sold, I believe 3 times now, with AT&T's acquisition, Discovery's acquisition, and now possibly Netflix acquisition. All of this has happened since the channel's been up since 2018, 2019. All of those things have happened. And so it's just, it hurts. And the fact that now Netflix is like, we're going to take care of the consumer by getting these movies to them faster, courtesy through streaming. And not everybody is all about theaters. Not everybody enjoys going to theaters, especially with the prices the way they are. It's hard to do a family night out and go to the theaters when each ticket is like almost $20 each. I get it. But at the same time, like, man, like, it's scary, bro. It's scary. The WB catalog is insane. It has some bangers in there. Yes, it does. It does, man. And I never would have thought WB is being sold. I would have thought WB would have bought Discovery, or WB would have bought AT&T, or WB would have bought Netflix. But it's like been vice versa the past almost 10 years now. And it's insane. And that's what scares the crap out of me, man. Because, like, now it's becoming a monopoly. Now it's turning a monopoly, especially with Disney now, like, owning Marvel, Star Wars, Fox properties, and whatever else. Like, it's just like, gosh. But this is the quote I was talking about in regards to the CEO and the movies aspect and how they're kind of getting out of that. For those optimistic about Netflix keeping WB films in theaters, well, here's this quote. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos says, "My pushback has been mostly in the fact of the long exclusive window." That's movie theater time for a movie. Usually it ranges anywhere between 90 days to sometimes 45 days. But anyway, which we don't really think are the consumer friendly. And they're selling it as consumer friendly. Like, it's not consumer friendly. Movies staying in theaters is not consumer friendly. And knowing how much it goes into movies, knowing how much money goes into movies, knowing that streaming doesn't make that much money for the actors or the directors or the people behind the scenes. Movie theaters is how they make the money. Box office is how they make their money. And the fact that that's going to be in jeopardy means the quality and even the finances that put into a Superman, into a Batman, into a Harry Potter new movie possibly, or TV show, just scares the mess out of me, because they want streaming, because they want the numbers to look good, because they want more people streaming on their services, using their services, because it looks good for the bottom line. It looks good to the stockholders. It looks good to all of those things, and it ups the company value. So they're not worried about the entertainment. They're not worried about putting out quality content. They're worried about utilizing these IPs, these assets, to make their stock portfolio look better and get more people to invest and make more money. Like, that's the end of it. That's it. And the thing is, like, that's what's going to cause disruption, not only in movie theaters and Hollywood, but in the gaming industry. Because now if Netflix just spent $82.7 billion, if they just did that, that means they need to recoup $82.7 billion. So where are they going to try to recruit that? Where are they going to try to get that money back? First, with their subscriptions, they're going to up the subscription prices with Netflix, because now you can't go to another rival streaming services, which was HBO Max, because we own it. So we can up the price because this is the only place you can get the HBO Max stuff. So they're going to up the prices there with the subscription services. They're also going to up the prices of games. I think that's what's going to happen because, again, they have to recoup the $82.7 billion they put into this deal. They have to recoup it. They have to find a way to do it. And putting out projects is spending more money. They're going to spend more money putting out more games, more stuff. So now we're going to see more live service games, because gaming industry is the highest form of revenue across entertainment, making more money than music and movies combined. Gaming is, particularly mobile game is the big one. But gaming by far is the way WB is making money right now. They had a great box office with Sinners, Superman, and other movies this year. But gaming is the definitive way these companies are making money, particularly mobile games and live service always on features that have a consistent revenue stream. So guess what? Now we're going to get more of those, which was what WB Discovery was trying to do in the first place, because again, they were trying to recoup how much they had put into buying Warner Brothers from AT&T previously. So it's like this cycle just keeps repeating itself. And so it's going to affect gaming prices. It's going to affect how long it takes to develop a game. They might not be able to put as much money into it, or they might throw a lot of money into it. And now we're going to be like seeing these studios close because it doesn't make sense. Plus, if studios are going to be closing, that's another way for them to recoup their losses, because now they don't have to fund a studio that they don't think is worth anything. Which has already happened before earlier this year with WB Discovery closing down the cats who made Multiverses and making what was the other one? The cats who made Wonder Woman. Those studios shut down, and other studios. Like, you're going to see more studio closures. You're going to see higher prices in games. You're going to see more multiplayer games and consistent revenue streams, because they need to make that money back. They need to make that $82.7 billion back. So it's scary, bro. It's scary. And like with the RAM shortage and everything now, like stuff is going to consoles are already going to get crazy expensive. Xbox is already doing that. Nintendo's already doing that. Like, gaming is no longer a niche anymore. Like, you got movies based on games coming out making billions of dollars. Mario, like, was it Sonic? Either way, the consumers suffer. Exactly. James, gotta be lowercase today. I'm sick and tired of these conglomerates. LC well said. Prepare for game development firings and AI vibe codes, slop games. Bro, and they're going to use a lot of AI because it's cheap. It's cheap labor. They don't have to pay people. They don't have to pay people salaries. They don't have to pay people relocations. They honestly don't have to pay as much for renting a location if they're just going to use AI. This is like worst case scenario.
MPS Phantom played
and Legend of Zelda live action. Yep, that's coming out. What, 2027? Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is. Yeah, bro. I'm worried. Let me see. Games are expensive, says Sandy. They made really poor decisions regarding some of the games. They lost too much money, and their reputation was damaged because of it, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm positively hopeful, says Naileen, for Netflix doing Hogwarts Legacy series. Now, that's an interesting, that's an interesting take. And, like, me personally, I think that would have to be down the line. that would have to be like Game of Thrones and then House of the Dragon coming right after. Because House of the Dragon is like a prequel, right? It's before everything that happened before Game of Thrones with the, I forgot the name of the people, the dragons. But everything that happened with them, right? So if they're already making the Harry Potter franchise, the Harry Potter series, if they do a Hogwarts Legacy series, I think that would have to be right after, because you can't do both at the same time. You'll confuse the consumer. You're putting a lot of money into something that you don't know is going to work. So at least with the success, hopefully, of a Harry Potter series, you could be like, hey, if you enjoyed the Harry Potter series after season 8, hey, we got a prequel coming out based off the popular, amazing game, Hogwarts Legacy and Hogwarts Legacy 2, which by the time they do the series of Hogwarts Legacy 2, the third one might even be out. You know what I'm saying? So they could finish the third game and then put out the series and something like that. So all of that was and I think has always been an option even before Netflix purchasing WB. I think all of that was an option and at least being considered internally. To what size on a micro level or, macro level? I'm assuming micro. Gotta bounce, have fun, guys. LC, thanks for popping in. Have a great Friday and an even better weekend, bud. I'm really worried too, says Phantom. Yeah, me too. I'm worried and shook, says Steph A. I read that the other day. It sucks back. Let me see. Also, PC gaming is going to change in the future. I work in IT, and a huge company, Micron, recently announced that it will now only sell RAM and SSDs to AI. Yeah. I saw that too, Becky. I saw that too. And funny enough, Microsoft, who owns Xbox, just bought an AI company as well. And so, yeah, they're going to be buying a lot of RAM and stuff too. So there's already going to be a RAM shortage. It's so crazy, bro. Like I'm like, how do we get to this point? Like how? And I'm just like, it just feels like greed. Like we know games can be made. Good games can be made. Just from this year alone. With Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Death Stranding, even Ghost of Yotei, and whatever other games, Silk Song, and all these games. Like we know they can be played, they can be made. Great games can be made and can be made at a decent price. You ain't got to throw the cow with the milk and everything to make a game nowadays. But for whatever reason, these companies keep throwing money at it and think that however much money we throw at it is going to be the equivalent of what we're going to get back. And that has not been the case, especially in recent years. So it's just scary, bro. And the people who are making these decisions with the games and with the development and like who these developers are answering to, those people are only basing their decision making off of finances, off of how much money they'll be able to make. And you don't hear a lot of, at least like higher up saying, we're going to trust our guys here, or we're going to trust our, like, no, we're looking at our bottom line. We're looking at our stock prices. We're looking at our stock portfolio. We're looking at our assets and how much we're worth. And every quarter we're looking at, okay, quarter, year end to date, like, okay, we made this much this quarter, how compare that to the last 2 years. If there's a step down, why is that? We need to recoup those losses, just like last year with WB Discovery losing over $400 million thanks to Suicide Squad, what was it, Multiverses, and I forgot the other third game. They lost over $400 million. So the next thing we found out, a year later, 3 or 4 studios were shut down. 3 or 4 studios were shut down, gone to recoup those losses. Gone to recoup those losses. And decision making for making those games, all of which were multiplayer games, by the way, was so that WB would have a consistent revenue stream. Multiverses was an online multiplayer game. Suicide Squad was an online multiplayer game. All lost the money. Don't forget, they shut down Magic Awaken last year too, and Quidditch Champions isn't making the money. I can't even play anybody. Well, the queue would take at least 1.5 to 3 minutes just to find somebody. And most of the time, you're not starting a new game. You're going into a pre-existing game. All for that chasing of Fortnite money. And it's going to happen again, because again, Netflix has to recoup $82.7 billion. They have to. They have to recoup that. It's crazy, bro. Does worrisome equal interesting, Joe? Because they're making me feel like I've been bamboozled. I'm super worried about the upcoming series. You know, Netflix will make changes sooner or later in the 10 years. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Are they going to own Hogwarts Legacy or just a Harry Potter TV show? They have Joe. Shout out to Joe. Make sure you guys are showing some love to Joe Mack. He did a horrible video recently talking about Poppy. But Joe, to answer your question, this is what we know right now regarding to WB Games. And this is from the developer. All the people are quoting this. And this happened today in a brief call with games developer, Warner Brothers Discovery spokesperson confirmed recently restructured video game division, which includes studios such as Mortal Kombat, created another round. Batman Arkham developer Rocksteady and Lego Custodian TT Games will be joining Netflix. Now, again, this doesn't have Avalanche software. This doesn't really talk about the DC acquisition, which we know they have to buy DC. DC is separate. So if they try to do anything DC, they have to pay DC to do it. I think that might be the case with Wizarding World. Since the Harry Potter TV show is already in development, let's say they want to do something else, they being Netflix, they have to talk to Wizarding World, JK, and all that other stuff to get approval to make that happen. I'm assuming, but we just don't know. Ooh, the slander. No, don't say slander to me, Joe. You did that. You did the slander. Billion with a B, exactly. They can't reach Epic Games. They want to, though. All these companies want to. They want to reach Epic Games and get that consistent revenue, like Fortnite's doing, a free-to-play game. Let's make our own game. Stardew like Pet Simulator. Yeah. And like, that's a good point, like not having anything to go off of, but like Netflix has been trying to do stuff within the gaming division. Their claim to fame right now is the mobile aspects, and they do have some TV gaming that you can interact with using your phone as a controller. So if I'm streaming like a video game through the Netflix catalog on my TV behind me, I'd be able to play it using my phone as a controller or something like that. So we know they've been trying to get into it. They just haven't successfully, because most of the games have been mobile, and mobile makes them money anyway as well. So I just don't trust Netflix with a track record of messing up by thinking they know better. And that's, honestly, that's not just a Netflix thing. That's everybody. That's almost everybody. My meeting got canceled, so I'm back. Let's go. Hey, LC, welcome back. That's not just Netflix, though. That's Disney. That's WB recently. You know, like pick a company. Apple not adding anything recently because the Apple intelligence is horrible. At least compared to like, you know, Google, whatever they call it, Gemini or whatever, and whatever Samsung's is. Like, it's not just Netflix thinking they know better. It's not just Netflix. Let's just be clear with that one. But their practices show that they're only focused on money and not the consumer. At least in the past. Because why would you do what you did with Witcher, bro? Why would you do what you did with Witcher? How would you look at that and be like, yep, that's going to please fans? Like, how can you look at that? Like, what they're doing with, I'm worried about, what's the Greta Gerwig joint that she's doing, Lion Witch in her wardrobe? Narnia. I'm worried about Narnia. I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. First time chat over on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, be sure to follow the channel. Let me see. I'm late. The Hogwarts Legacy. Cordell. Witcher Wizards never late. They arrive exactly when they mean to. Talking about Hogwarts Legacy possibly being sold, being bought by Netflix with this WB merger happening today. Yeah. I was forced by other home members telling you the betrayal was real. I'm just worried. And I mean, and that's I think where we're all at. Worried more for me, I can speak for myself and allow and if you guys, feel otherwise, please shout in the chats, in the chat sections, in the comment section if you're watching this on replay. I'm more concerned because of the uncertainty this acquisition is going to present right now, or is presenting right now. What's going to change? Because we know things will change. We know there's going to be a possibility with things being the same. They've brought that up. I believe even Netflix in a report had said they want to kind of keep things the same. Even with that, or restructuring of the gaming division, it looks like they're going to try to keep that the same. So if that's the case, that's good news. Even with these restructurings happening because they got rid of and fired so many people, a plan in place that is already in place and coming into fruition next year is good news if Netflix doesn't touch it. That being said, we don't know if Netflix is going to. We know Netflix wants to change movie theater release times in regards to windows, how long these movies or their movies, if it's under WB, will remain in theaters. We know Hollywood is pushing very hard against it, and we know they're trying to get even the government to go against this acquisition for whatever reason. And we know it's going to affect the industry. And from the stuff I've pointed out when it comes to gaming in general, we know Netflix always has an opinion when it comes to things. It's their property now. They own it. They can make whatever decision they want to make. And so we haven't really seen those decisions sometimes, especially when it comes to movies and TV shows, be good. I loved Adam Project, great movie. And even I enjoyed Red Notice. And even, what's the one with Chris Hemsworth and the Enola Holmes with Millie Bobby Brown. Love those, enjoyed those. Not necessarily saying Netflix can't do it, but the uncertainty of what is going to happen is what has me concerned. Because we saw what happened with these acquisitions in the past. I've been a part of 3 of them covering WB games since 2018, particularly Harry Potter games. I've been a part of 3 of them. One of them canceled Wizards Unite. That was with AT&T. Still pissed off about that. Another one, when Discovery came in, released, and then a year later, canceled Magic Awakened. Hogwarts Legacy was a success because that was already being made. So I've seen it. I've seen games, particularly Harry Potter games, be canceled under new leadership. And I'm not worried about Hogwarts Legacy because that's going to be their moneymaker. But I'm worried about people's jobs. I'm worried about the studios. I'm worried about all of these things possibly happening. And because there's such a fog over everything, particularly with the gaming side, I feel like I'm allowed to be concerned. I can be halfway. I can maybe be 55, 45, 55 concerned to 45 positive and like, hey, it's going to be okay. But either way, everybody's feelings are valid. But fans united and brought it back. We're all optimistic but concerned. Exactly, LC. Exactly. Yo, what up, Parrish? Over on Twitch. Look at you. Let's try to be hopeful and let's be loud at things. And going awful, it might come down to fans, the IPs fighting and stuff like that. And like, I'm encouraging you guys to share your thoughts. I was talking to a couple of other content creators bigger than me, and even lurkers who are connected to studios and development processes and devs who are devs. Heck, this recent 007 First Light video that they put out Wednesday, I'm in it. I'm in the video. Didn't know it was happening. Then I look at my thing and I found out 2 of the community managers and influencer managers at IO Interactive is following me. I didn't know that. So they watch our stuff. My videos aren't getting mad views, but they're finding stuff. They're finding our content. So if somebody like a new game like 007 First Light, who I've never worked with before, IO Interactive, outside of getting free game codes, have reached out, find my content, used it for their recent video, and started following us, bro, I know I have a ton of people from WB watching this right now. So let your voice be heard because they pay attention. Whether they can do anything or not, that's beside the point. But they always take into consideration what you say. I learned that from Chandler Wood, shout out, who has a new job now and living in New York with his newly found wife. I learned that from Chandler. They watch stuff. They pay attention to stuff. So that's like comments. Yes, it helps the video. It helps the video reach others like yourself. Likes, all of that does that. But comments also mean if people are looking for a specific thing, those people being publishers, developers, studios, game makers, they watch our stuff. They watch other people's stuff. If you're commenting about Elder Scrolls or the Game Awards, they watch those things. Make your voice be heard. There's nothing wrong with sharing your voice, as long as it's in a productive and in a way to help better the project in the way you think it could be bettered. If you're just going out, just blasting them, saying they're horrible and not offering a solution, then, you know, it doesn't matter. But let your voice be heard. Share your thoughts. Please. I love that they snapped your stuff, but hello, Court, send the man check. Yeah, usually like when WB or like Bethesda, who else have I worked with? Ubisoft, like they'll ask, hey, can we use your thing? Even Clockwork Revolution, that new game's coming out next year, when they used my reaction, they hit me up and like, hey, can we use it? IO didn't do none of that. I'm fine with it, like, you know, but yeah. Hype is real in that game, says, and always my 14-year-old is so hyped. Yeah, and that's why I'm dressed up, by the way. I did like 4 shorts. I'm going to be posting every Friday for it. Suggestion, let's cook. Well said. Paris says that would be concerning. Also might require a lot of retooling at this point of Hogwarts Legacy 2 development. This is in response to LC saying, vote with our wallets. Could also call your government representatives and express that you want the merger blocked. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the retooling and stuff with Hogwarts Legacy 2 development, I think they've already have like the balance sheet laid out, Parrish, if I'm being honest. They're in the process of pre-production or even production right now with Hogwarts Legacy 2. So the budget is already there. Like the budget has already been solidified and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to hurt development-wise, or anybody's pockets for sure. At least Avalanche Software. Are you in GTA 6 as well in some way? Oh my gosh, there's no way. Rock. Yeah, no, I'm not in GTA 6. I'm not in GTA 6. So, let me see. There's an Avalanche will fight for their project and the community they built, and sincerely hope Netflix lets them be. Yeah. And I mean, again, Netflix has had crazy success with stuff, and it's shown when they've let like the what their name, the brothers, the Duggar brothers or whatever, with Stranger Things, they let them cook. So Netflix is able to do like the right thing. I'm not saying they can't. It's just there's a fog, there's a cloud there. We don't know, and the fog is uncertainty. Hogwarts Legacy in production. What those lurkers tell you. Yeah. I mean, no. It's already. Yeah. This is not official news in regards to pre-production and stuff. It's just going off of what I know. I know there's been a bunch of meetings recently, and I know all the job postings that we've been talking about for the past year were filled before the end of the summer. So that's my educated guess right there, Joe. I do know some people there, but like they're not sharing because they're not allowed to, and I wouldn't put them in a position to do so in the first place. So yeah. Believe it or not, I'm a very optimistic person. I'm just in the mood today. Yeah, me too. I need a chocolate frog or something. That's what was it? Lupin said. If you, it's like being attacked by Dementors, and then at the jail there was the Dementors. Based on known timelines, typical for game production. Exactly, Moonlily. Exactly. Remember to be respectful to everyone. This is a family-friendly, safe space. Yes, please. They didn't let the Avatar creators cook. They quit and went back to animation. You're not wrong. I'm not saying like Netflix didn't let people cook. I'm just saying, just like all of these companies, Disney getting involved with Star Wars, ruining one of my favorite IPs. WB getting involved and ruining my favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time, Wizards Unite. It wasn't Niantic's fault. It was WB. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I know things, and WB had a hand in that cancellation, not Niantic, because they wanted to. Anyway, but it's not just Netflix. That's all I'm saying. Lupin, eat your feelings or something like that. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. It might turn out okay, but with their track record right now, it's not surprising that most of us are concerned. Yeah, exactly. And you can pinpoint to something that, hey, I'll be concerned. You can pinpoint to something that says, hey, it could work. Like everybody can do that. So it's not just Netflix. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, chat. So, where it's like Hermione said in Prisoner of Azkaban, when with Harry waiting for past Harry to come and cast his Patronus. Now we wait. Now we wait. Time for us to become billionaires and buy Harry Potter. JK can have 49% ownership, and fans can have 51%. So we can veto things like Cursed Child in the future. Great stage play. Horrible story. Sure, this may have been asked, but have you tried Wizard 101? I have been recommended by it. I've been recommended that game, But no, I have not tried it. Joe Mac support crew has sent me a couple of games that I will be trying as well. I actually got sent 2 wizardy like games as well from Key Miller and Zolis or whatever, that I want to like feature on the channel just to show off some wizarding games. We will also be doing the Fortnite Harry Potter collab and trying to the Monopoly Go one, just for like a couple of minutes and stuff. I think it comes out next Wednesday when we talked about it. So yeah. Wow, we got the GIF on today, so dapper. Hey, what's up, Jerry? Yeah, I was filming 007 First Light shorts and video, so as soon as I was done, I was like, I'm just gonna go live stream. So it was bad enough, but they did it again and again, killing games, and the execs don't see exponential growth. Yeah. Can you distract ourselves with more theorizing because my nerves need to chill out? I mean, you come to the right place for more theories. I'm just saying, you've come to the correct spot. This is what we do here on the channel. Yeah. And like, Netflix could just... the gaming part is such a mystery, bro. The gaming part is such a mystery. And they didn't even mention Avalanche Software or Hogwarts Legacy in that call this morning. It's such a mystery, bro. It's such a mystery. I miss Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Me too. Me too. Lumos in the chat for Wizards Unite. Any Merlin ones we haven't heard yet? I need a good smile. But how is Merlin connected to all? I see what you did there, Parrish. How is Merlin compared to all this? I mean, who knows, bro? Who knows? Merlin could be the one like pulling the strings with all these acquisitions. Yo, let me find out like all these acquisitions from like Netflix, Discovery, AT&T. It's like Morgana and like Merlin's been in the background trying to fight it and everything. Let me find out. Let me get that fan theory. Merlin, the CEO of Netflix. How dare you? No, he is not. No, he is not. Wait, bro, wouldn't that be crazy? Like Netflix takes over WB. And WB for like the next 10 years is the healthiest it's been as a company in the last like century or quarter century, in the last quarter century. Merlin wrote the script. I mean, you have a sorcerer apparently at that part. I only know what people tell me, but no spoilers there. But I know there's a sorcerer in the end of volume 1. So maybe he did. Don't get my hopes up, Jay. Thank you, Jason. I honestly needed that after today's big news. Yeah, I mean, I got you, Potterhead, man. No, I got you guys. I got you. And I mean, that's honestly also why I wanted to like do the stream, because I wanted to just talk and like, you know, crack your brains. Because like when I'm by myself and like working, I'm like, so many theories, which is why like we go down Niffler holes or Merlin holes like so often during our Wizarding Wednesday live streams, because I have all of this just bottled up, and I don't want to annoy Sue with them all. Like I'll tell Sue some of them, but like I feel like this is a safe space where I can just like, boom, here's a theory. I've been thinking about this. I've been pondering about this, because like, even the one, I was thinking about how like the TV show is going to connect to Hogwarts Legacy, right? Or Hogwarts Legacy is going to connect to TV show, the overall narrative. And I was like, what happens if like Ominous becomes evil? Like what happens if Ominous like embraces the Gaunt role. Everybody's looking at Seb and like, Seb is going to be the evil one, and nobody wants anything bad to happen to Ominous because Ominous is a saint. He's the best out of all of us in Hogwarts Legacy. But I'm just like, how would a way you could connect the TV show with Hogwarts Legacy's narrative is just like setting up the Gaunts and their role, ultimately Voldemort, Tom Riddle, but like their role, like how would that play out? What would that look like? What connections could you, or threads could you attach to Ominous and Tom Riddle? You know, Ominous saw his friend go bad. You know, we don't know what's going to happen to, what's her name? Like, well, Ominous didn't see, but that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. Ominous didn't see Sebastian go bad. Well, Ominous was around, was there when Seb went bad. Thanks for being a Hufflepuff, Merlin, for another Wizarding World Talk. TED Talk. Stephanie, thank you. Thank you. You know how I felt, wholesome stuff. Whatever. Ominous hates his family too much, though. Unless he has no other choice but to embrace it to save his friends. So it's something I've just been like trying to navigate. Just a thought. It's just a thought pattern I've been trying to navigate. I know how much he hates his family. I know how much he wants to like change it or at least distance himself from it. I know all of that. All of that was established, which is why we love Ominous so much. Plus, he's like a ride or die. He's the best wingman ever. But again, WB's coming in and is like, yo, y'all need to connect to the TV show. So I've thrown out Dumbledore. Dumbledore is just the easy one and the one that makes the most sense, especially when it comes to Ancient Magic. Ancient Magic plays a big role with both the game and the Harry Potter story. And I've thrown out there that Dumbledore learns Ancient Magic, or at least is aware of Ancient Magic and learns from us when he arrives at Hogwarts during his first or second year, our last year. And so I've thrown that out there. And somebody even watched my video, my Dumbledore video that I made like either early this year or late last year, and threw out there that they loved the theory, obviously, but they said it could also explain how Dumbledore beat Grindelwald, the Grindelwald who was carrying the Elder Wand. So they said his knowledge of ancient magic could explain how he beat Grindelwald with the Elder Wand, which I didn't even think about until he said it. I was like, interesting. So that would be cool. James is a huge Hogwarts Legacy 2 is just a total new era with new characters. It would hurt me in my video views. There's no way they would do that. But right, Parrish? Dumbledore being able to beat Grindelwald is tied directly to his time with our character and learning about ancient magic. I like that thought pattern a lot. He even has battle boots. I sure do. I think they're upstairs in my room. Wait, let me get my Hufflepuff pillow. I need to hug it. There we go. Hufflepuff representation. Hufflepuff representation. I bet that's what they do. I mean, Cloudroth, it makes a lot of sense. I think you have to because I even said it as a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know if you guys remember the behind-the-scenes video from the State of Play back in 2022, when we first got gameplay for Hogwarts Legacy, and they did the behind-the-scenes video after with the developers, Alan, Morris Squire, Boston, Chandler, all of them. And something about Morris Squire, what she said, like, kind of gave them the idea for the base story, was the quote of Dumbledore telling Harry, I believe in Order of the Phoenix or Half-Blood Prince, saying that Hogwarts is a stronghold of ancient magic, right? And they took that quote and it was like, let's make a story off of it. And they ran with that, again, according to Morris Squire, narrative director. And so we know now Hogwarts has an ancient magic repository underneath it. That's where your girl Isadora was storing ancient magic, all that stuff, right? We know all of that. Well, again, self-fulfilling prophecy, because the Avalanche got the idea of that story with Isadora and the ancient magic repository within Hogwarts from a quote from Dumbledore, who says Hogwarts is a stronghold of ancient magic. And so, again, self-fulfilling prophecy. What happens if Dumbledore knows that Hogwarts is a stronghold of ancient magic because we told Dumbledore about the ancient magic repository while teaching him about ancient magic? And so now he tells Harry later on, hey, Hogwarts is a stronghold of ancient magic. And so now you get this like loop now, based off of that, which would be pretty cool. And it's all because of our influence on the character, which is why he was already naturally gifted, obviously. Like, we're not trying to take anything from Dumbledore, but in regards to explaining like how he was so good eventually, and him and Grindelwald like working together with stuff, and over the summer, like, I think it would be cool if we had a hand in Dumbledore's development, just like Dumbledore has a hand in Harry's development, even if it was leading the pig to the slaughter. Do you think they'll ever bring the old children back as the parents for new children? I hope so. Tom Felton does it now. I wonder if that's why Voldy wanted Hogwarts so much, because of the repository. He might. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. So now you can tie, because we know Tom Riddle was looking for stuff within the school. We know he was looking for stuff. We know he was snooping around for stuff. He was trying to read up everything. Heck, we know the restricted section leads to a place that we discovered courtesy of ancient magic. So like, we know Tom Riddle was throughout Hogwarts looking for stuff. Maybe even Dumbledore told Tom this exact quote that he told Harry. And maybe he was looking for stuff, trying to gain power, knowledge, whatever, because of the ancient magic repository that's in Hogwarts that Dumbledore heard about from us and now has been passed on to Tom Riddle and eventually Harry. Hey, Ramos, good to see you. Happy Friday. Ooh, true. That makes sense for Voldy wanting the repository. Yeah. Bet Sue could talk him into the photo shoot for Gamers Are Us. Ooh, I'll be down. Probably just be hand cannon. It makes perfect sense to me. Still think Ominous would give up magic and marry a muggle and take her last name. Samantha, what's Seb's sister name? A lot of people have them as in a relationship. Fan theories. Well, other theory about Grindelwald is that Grindelwald didn't want to off Dumbledore because he still loved him, which the wand being evil considered weakness. I mean, yeah, I like that one too. I like that one. Can we expect all NPC in the background to see who can be the tie to the TV show? I mean, we know there's a bunch of NPCs that lead on to like be pivotal. What's his name? Farley. The Farley name, which is also the Sacred 20. I forgot. The Pure Blood Wizarding families. Farley name. We know we met. I forgot his first name. Farley, who becomes the Minister of Magic during the time. I think it's during Newt's time. But yeah, Moonstar, I am Hufflepuff. I think. Wait, what did Sandy say? James is huge. Found the Chamber of Secrets. Could have found Slytherin's Secret Room 2. The one we go in is 7 ominous. I mean, yeah. But even Harry didn't know about the actual ancient magic repository. Yeah. I mean, you got to remember, Dumbledore spoke in riddles. Like, Dumbledore didn't tell Harry everything. Dumbledore kept Harry at, like, arm's distance. He loved Harry, wanted to take care of him, like, father figure, all of that. He always had a plan. God, Dumbledore, bro. Like, say what you want. How he did Harry dirty at the end, blah, 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 blah. Harry was down to save everybody. And that was what Dumbledore was trying to do eventually. But anyway, yeah, Dumbledore wouldn't have, because let's say he told Tom Riddle, right? Maybe he learned, like, bro, I can't tell anybody any of this stuff because I don't know who's going to be next. Because he cared for Tom. He cared for Tom Riddle. He wanted the best for him. And Sallow, thank you. Dumbledore was all secrets. I don't think he would have told Harry suspected his tie to Voldy. Exactly. Harry, bro, Dumbledore knew that Harry was a Horcrux. No, he's not telling him. No, he's not telling him about the ancient magic repository. Especially if he told Voldemort or Tom Riddle and Tom been looking for that for a minute. Especially. No. Gotta go get dinner for the fam. Love y'all. Netflix can do what Netflix can do, but part of his, like us, will always stick together. Facts, Steffe. Have fun. We're not going to be on too much longer. Have a good Friday. Have a great dinner, Steffe. Always good to see you. I was hoping for a big Hogwarts Legacy 2 news next year, but we'll see. But, like, going back to the Netflix thing, I think that's why any news has been, like, very quiet. Not just with Hogwarts Legacy 2, just with, like, anything WB. Outside of the Dark Knight, Lego Batman Dark Knight Legacy, whatever, Legacy of the Dark Knight, whatever you want to call it. I think this, like, acquisitions... Well, they've been trying to sell it for a minute now, but I think all of that uncertainty and everything, I think, has been why releases, announcements within WB Games has been so quiet. And again, not just with Hogwarts Legacy 2, with other games as well. So I think that has something to do with that. I really do. I really think he has something to do with it. And yes, he suspected. Oh, Sandy, you're right. He suspected. I like to think he knew. But yeah, he suspected. That is the quote. Suspected Dumbledore suspecting Harry being a Horcrux. But Dumbledore knew it was ancient magic that killed or, destroyed Voldemort. Dumbledore used ancient magic to protect Harry, because as long as he was with family, he'd be safe. And even Voldemort recognized what Lily did, saying it was old magic, it was ancient, something I should have known, because he studied ancient magic. So ancient magic is the narrative thread that would easily tie both of these stories that WB wants to connect. And all you got to do is just figure out which one you want to pull in regards to how ancient magic will be used as a connective source between both of these stories. Well, if there was a previous prophecy that told Dumbledore what Tom would be, and they sent him to go get him, to watch him. But you can't grab a prophecy, though. The prophecy about a person can only be grabbed by the person it's about. But, you know, everybody heard about the prophecy with Harry, which is why they thought it was Neville. Okay, my turn to make a vid on the topic. Catch y'all later. See you, Joe. I've been waiting on doing the Dumbledore video, part 2, because I did I only did the Wizarding Wednesday. I used Nicholas Flamel as a connection, so I said I'd keep those like type of videos going because you guys seem to like theory videos. And funny enough, I was doing analytics on the channel, and they said you get the most comments on theory videos and then live streams, obviously. So I was like, yep, that tracks. I trained the algorithm in our audience to engage when it's theories and stuff. So, but yeah, between Nicholas Flamel, Albus Dumbledore, ancient magic, the Gaunts, you know, we know all of these things tied to the new to Harry Potter story. So yeah. The show producers write that down. Again, Avalanche or Harry Potter TV series, HBO Max, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, I can connect things. This is what I do. Is there a canon ending to Hogwarts Legacy? JMC, outside of how it ended in the game, no. Because technically Hogwarts Legacy is not canon. Portkey Games, the publisher, and a publisher under the WB Games banner, allows them to tell original stories using the world of the Wizarding World. And so I know Avalanche Software, when they set out to do this, they wanted to tell their own story but also make it feel real. So you have some ties. You'll see a Folly who's like a 6th or 7th year, knowing, oh, he's about to be minister in the future during, Newt Scamander and the events of Crimes of Grindelwald, timeline. And you'll see a name that you're like, ooh, like this is going to be important. Even with Poppy Sweeting, we know there's another Sweeting, what's his name, who had like a unicorn reserve, one of the first ones and stuff. And so they took Sweeting, so they did a good job with connecting everything to what we know as canon, they being Avalanche Software and Hogwarts Legacy, so the world feels more realistic and feels like it belongs in the Wizarding World, but technically it's not canon. So just like, is Cursed Child canon? But Wizards Unite, not canon. Hogwarts Mystery, not canon. All original stories. Magic Awaken, not canon. All original stories within the, Wizarding World. And all of these games have had appearances from, Harry Potter, especially the mobile games, outside of Hogwarts Legacy. So, yeah. But as is book canon, no, it's not the same, Sandy. They really did a good job at meeting it all. Yeah, agreed, Sandy. Agreed. Let us fans help you do the show and backstory and in-game. That would be amazing. Like, just this Wizarding World group, not Wizarding World, Wizarding Wednesday crew, bro, we could write an amazing story and people wouldn't know what to do about it. Like, they wouldn't know what to do about it. But anyway. I'm not gonna hold you guys up too much longer. Just wanted to get this off my chest, and hopefully it was therapeutic for most of you guys regarding the acquisition of WB by Netflix. And again, there's still a possibility where it might not happen. Possibility, not likely, but still a possibility. But we're going to try, keyword try, to err on the side of positivity and hopefulness, because we all want what's best for this IP, the IP being Harry Potter, and specifically Hogwarts Legacy 2 and future Harry Potter games developed by Avalanche Software. We want Avalanche Software to be left alone and let the creative teams and the developers, they call it QAs, the leads, the producers, the directors, everyone there, allow them to strut their stuff and do what they're capable of. And so we're hopeful that is the case. And if not, we'll react accordingly. But either way, we'll be updating you guys as we get more information. This was just a surprise, just like impromptu stream since it happened like today. But we'll be covering this weekly as we get updates on Wizarding Wednesday. So be sure, if you haven't already, follow us over on Twitch and subscribe over on YouTube. We live stream every Wednesday, 4:30 Eastern Time, talking all things Wizarding World. And this will be a topic this upcoming Wednesday for sure. Also, be on the lookout. We'll be continuing our playthrough of the first Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone game on PS1, not PC. This is my first time playing it, so I've never done it, never touched it before. And apparently we had a fun 2.5 hours this past week, this past Monday or Tuesday when we played. So we'll be back Monday continuing that. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bells. But I really hope you guys have a great Friday or Saturday, wherever you are in the world, and just overall good weekend. If you haven't already, be sure to join us in Discord. There you can talk, continue these conversations and others surrounding the Wizarding World and gaming in general. Link will be in the description and, of course, in chat. But above all else, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're taking care of your loved ones. I hope you're having a fun, safe holiday season so far. But mental health checks is always clutch. And go find something to do. Enjoy yourselves. You know, you never know. You never know. Spread Lumos wherever you are, because you never know who needs it. But I've been James over XpectoGO. Bring you guys the latest and greatest Wizarding World content. We love you guys. We thank you for your time. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.